Hi, I'm Ashley Ginsberg, and today we're going to Congregation B'nai Israel in Northampton, a place where religion intersects with social justice. CBI has long played a role in community activism, with Abundance Farm feeding many food insecure people in surrounding towns. But the Temple's most recent community work has centered around immigrants living in Northampton. Rabbi Justin David, CBI's religious leader, was arrested in early 2017 in a protest of President Donald Trump's travel ban, a feat that won him the Rabbinic Human Rights Hero Award and the organization Trua. He also held a rally this winter to support DACA recipients alongside other religious leaders. But recently, Rabbi Justin David has done significant work to aid undocumented immigrants in Northampton. The Temple helps undocumented immigrants as part of a surrounding system of sanctuary organizations in what they see as a moral obligation to help those in the community. I sat down with Rabbi Justin David to discuss all of this and how religion and social justice collide. How do you feel community activism and Judaism intersect?
Well, they go hand in hand. Jews have always been organized as communities. So if activism is defined as the power to make change and the actions needed to make change, the most forceful way that happens is in communities.
Are there specific ways that Congregation B'nai Israel helps undocumented immigrants?
So you need a sanctuary network, and it's very hard for an individual house of worship to take all of this on its own without other help. Basically, if any of the local congregations houses someone in sanctuary, we are committed to helping that congregation and that guest. The Unitarian Universalist Society, which has a fantastic space for someone in sanctuary, invited someone in. We're encouraging our membership to get trained for what's called accompaniment, which basically means staying at the Unitarian Universalist Society, and if ICE comes, being trained to interact with them to protect the person in shelter.
Tell me about Abundance Farm.
Sure. So Abundance Farm was the vision of my colleague and friend Jacob Fine, who's Rabbi Jacob Fine. So we grow food. We grow a lot of food, actually. And we give that food to the Survival Center. The front part of the farm, you might notice, are fruit trees. And the concept from the beginning was that anyone can come and pick fruit from those fruit trees. So some of those trees are actually bearing fruit. And so the idea is that really belongs to the community.
Do you think that Jewish people have obligation to step up when they see injustice that's very reminiscent of historical events of Jewish communities?
So I don't think it's that historical experience that obligates us any more than other people, but it does make this kind of perennial moral obligation more familiar to us and maybe more present at the front of our minds. The Islamophobia that has been not only endorsed but actively promoted by our president is something that I and many Jewish people see as really dangerous, and we feel urgency to stand up for Muslims who are being put in this situation.
So this month you will receive the Rabbinic Human Rights Hero Award.
Right.
Can you tell me about that?
Sure. So first of all, I must say I'm not embarrassed, but deeply humbled by this award. There are about 3 or 4 others of us who are getting this award too, and it's a great honor. But really, the greatest thing about it is that there's always a question in community when you take a stand on a controversial issue. Is it still an appropriate thing to do as a rabbi to take a step out on this issue? And this award is basically 2,000 Jewish leaders saying yes.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
A big thank you to Rabbi Justin David for his time this week. I'm Ashley Ginsberg, and tune in next week to meet another human of Northampton.